on today's Sip and Shop.
Ooh-wee. Uh-huh. Sipping sounds. For real. Take two. Sip and Shop episode 13. Boom. Business. Hello, everyone. I am your host, Andrea Fairweather Bailey, like a beat behind, because, honey, it has been a time. Rhyming, honey, a beat behind, because it's been a time. It has been a time. It has been a time. A time because we made it thus far. And of course, we need to celebrate that. So get your glass, get your drink. Let's do this thing. Make sure that this is right. Okay, we've got a little visitor. We've got a little visitor. We'll talk about it. Today on your Sip and Shop, episode 13, your Saturday break, your Saturday refresher, your Saturday check-in, I am drinking pineapple passion fruit. Ooh, what a combo, right? Pineapple passion fruit kombucha. I'm always jacking up that name, but I got it right today. And I'm drinking it. I'm going to sip it through my crazy straw. Check this out. I ordered it now in the shape of an F. Got that because this is for Fairweather faces. You got to brand yourself, people. So I try to be creative, and because of the symbol, it just reminds me to just stay focused, stay faithful, and I wish that for you as well. And I thank you for being here and tuning in to Sip and Shop. So let's take a sip, right? Let's take a sip together. Mm-hmm. 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 Ooh, refreshing. So before we move into what I spilled last week, can't hold water for nothing. Let's catch up first. What are you watching while being at home, or if you started to go back to work? What are you doing to unwind, to inspire yourselves, to educate yourselves? Well, I am very pleased, very excited for him, and very proud of my husband, Eddie Bailey. If you know Eddie, you can follow him on two things, two platforms, Instagram, Facebook, of course, is Eddie Bailey, but also follow the big monumental piece is Memphis Magic, and that's Magic with a J. And the J stands for Juking. Eddie did something tremendous. Big dream of his has been manifested. Last year, March, he debuted his first documentary that he financed himself, executive produced, directed, and edited. Okay, let me just take a sip for that. I'm gonna tell you right now, watching him go through the task, putting that film together, was beyond words. Beyond. Was. A lot of material he had to go through. We just found out the other day through a tip from a friend of ours from church that it is on BET Plus. So besides all the other platforms that Memphis Magic is being showcased on, and of course, we want you to get it, please view it, share it with your families. It is an education tool that has been shown, screened. Eddie, when he was able to travel, was able to go to various schools and do talks about it. But we found that various teachers have reached out to us, and via virtual teaching in the classroom, Memphis Magic will be shown and discussed as part of the curriculum. Thank you. You get it. You got it. But speaking of, when I said with this, symbols matter. Symbols matter. Pastor Earl said that specific line in Memphis Magic when speaking about the statues of past. I don't even want to give it away. I don't want to give it away, but I will say this, that for us, seeing symbols in society, open society, as if it's just what it is, things can't change, this is historical, so it needs to stay up. Yeah, it does matter when the people that built this country continue to see symbols of oppression. So it does matter. And don't try to come for me on Sip and Shop and say, it doesn't. Yes, it does. And when you watch Memphis Magic, you will understand the political and the psychological aspects of it. I've said my piece. Thank you. Thank you for listening. So symbols do matter. And another symbol that matters to me is the t-shirts that I wear on Sip and Shop. Let me stand and model for you. In beauty and peace. In beauty and peace is the mantra for Fairweather Faces. Always has been since 1997. That is a symbol of the way we provide services and everything that we do for Fairweather Faces, travel and beauty service. Presented to you, served to you in beauty. So this is helping me stay at peace, besides meeting here with you and connecting with you as we do. So thank you for that. And of course, you can get it on the website, fairweatherfaces.com. Let me check off my list because I didn't want to forget anything. Drink, we did that. What are you watching? We did that. Moving on. So to the part where I can't hold water. So this morning, okay, for the nails, I wanted to do something that will be quick to apply, right? Easy to apply, but also had angles. So I just did the tips. I didn't want to do the whole nail, just wanted to do the tips and to coordinate. So this hand is heavy with the purple, this hand is heavier with pink. And the reason why the angles are there is because we're going to do the angles today. Today is the liquid eyeliner lesson, right? Liquid eyeliner lesson. So there are a number of ways to show this to you. But the first thing that you really need to have when preparing to do your liquid eyeliner is, let me just start sharing with you. Thank you for your patience. The first thing you want is, you want your Fairweather Faces color-coded system. That's key, because with the color-coded system, with the dots, once you follow the dots in the order given, then you will be able to create my various celebrity looks. And with that, the various celebrity looks come by way of the various face charts. And these are not double down face charts, y'all. This is for real. So it's a lot of face charts that I've created over the years of my career, which is wonderful, right? So it's a wonderful way to document my work. But what's amazing about all of these face charts is that at various times throughout my career, when creating the looks on clients, they've been seen on red carpets, weddings, photo shoots, television, Sweet 16s, everything matters to us. So I pulled today the 4 face charts that concentrate on eyeliner, particularly liquid liner. Okay, so in the order of strength, the first one you have in terms of the liquid liner strength is speaking of depth, width, hotness is the first, right? More softer. Then you move to classic. If you notice, I'm your sacrificial lamb today. I only have one eye done and the other eye is not. And so the eyeliner look that I'm using today is classic. Yep. Then you have peach out. Just a little stronger, right? A little slicker, a little stronger. And then you have perch, which really goes for it. So let me just give you a visual of these come to life via photos, of course. So we have me. I took it a little stronger. So this would be a mix between classic and peach out, right? And then I want to go with, what do I want to go next? Oh yeah, got one. I want to show you my friend Kim Davis Fierce. Now there's a reason why I think that this look justifies it. Not seeing Kim's lips allows you to focus more on her beautiful eyes. And this is the matte look, and I'll show you the product that did it, but this is more of the perch, right? With a matte finish. Then another one is this. Okay. So sister girl here is wearing hotness, right? Softer lash, softer eyeliner, softer lash. And then you have perch full force here. Tip that head back. Let's just go like this. Yep, so you can really see shiny liner. That was the choice for that one. Stronger, minty eyeshadow. I'll explain the difference, okay? Cool. So liquid liner is a beautiful thing because just like anything with art, it just depends. It depends on what the look is you're going for. It depends on the occasion, depends on mood. It also heavily depends on the outcome will be determined by the tools that you use. So I would recommend when preparing to do any liquid liner, you've got to have the right tools. So for me, my beginning tool was just to get my hand warmed up. And so again, I did my nails in angles, right? So I could start to get the dimensions correct, the style that I want, and also the evenness, because what you do on one side, you need to be able to replicate on the other side. And that's really important. So I always say, practice. And if you have to, I will show you how to practice on your hand just to get it going. But first, let's pull the tools. Yeah. So you saw your face chart, which is always your guide, whichever face chart it is you're going to follow, of course, depending on your look. And then you get your Fairweather Faces brushes, right? Beautiful packaging. This is the pro set. You can also use the mini set too. It will be the smaller, what looks like the eyeliner in the mini set. But for today, I used the one brush that will help you get the look, and it is the duo brush. Double-headed, full head here, but with the liquid eyeliner, you concentrate with the tighter end. This. Okay. Just so you know. Oh, my notes stopped. But you know what? I can win this. Wait, let me pull it over with my foot. I can win it. So this, and this. Okay. So let me just get like a tissue just to get this going. All right. So you know you have your face chart. You know you have your brush. your dual brush from the Pro set for Fairweather Faces makeup brushes. But then I want to show you the two products that we have that you can either use one, the other, or you can mix. That would be the Shiny Liner. Now the Shiny Liner, I actually did a mix today. The Shiny Liner is on the inner corner and the outer corner today, right? Just to demo, to show you. And let me show you this, just to give you like an idea. Clean your head. This is the line, okay? It's a finer line. You can make it even thinner if you want, but it's just to give you, it's inky, which is beautiful. You want it to have depth, pigment depth, because especially for what I do when working with all my talent are celebrities as far as I'm concerned. But the main thing that I love that they tell us is, wow, you all are so fast. You and your team, you're so quick, you're so fast when you apply the makeup right. It's our talent, yes, it is our talent, but it's also the tools that we use to create the looks on you. It's got to be right. So the other one that we have for you is the fatter head, like an inkjet. Look at the difference. Very different in width, very different, right? And I use this one, and of course, these are all Fairweather Faces products, right in the center, just to create my line. I just wanted a quick line. I didn't want to spend time like, you know, fooling around, doing all that. So I'll just share with you some of my own personal, from my experience over the years, insider tips of how I create cat eyes, liquid lines. First, I'd like to show you, just to give you an idea of me sharing this information. It was a couple of years ago where I did an interview for Life and Style magazine. And so here it is. And it was all about cat eyes. And it was wonderful, real great tips. And they used Kim Kardashian and Gwen Stefani as the examples. I did not do their makeup. It was just, they were the celebrities chosen for me to discuss how to create various cat line eyes. So that was really cool, and that was a wonderful honor. So you can always look back on that at fairweatherfaces.com if you'd like to read up on that particular interview. But for you today, these are my tips to start. Again, we have our tools. Tools, of course, include the tools that you'll use, your brush, and your face chart that you need to follow, depending on which look you want. Now, the first thing that I would say is, I always, even if you're a person that has to wear glasses or magnifiers, like, you know, that big magnifying glass, you've got to get as close as you can to your mirror, because you've got to lean back. And the difference with doing makeup this way versus this way is this way gives you more control, because by me leaning back, if I blink, it's not so dramatic as if I blink like this, right? It also opens up the eyelid, specifically when working with liquid liner, so that the product has space to breathe. If you're working like this, it's too tight. But if you're working back like this, it gives space, right, between your lashes and your lid, so that it can dry down properly. So that's really important. So that's the first thing, is your stance of control. Next, and this is completely up to you, but it's funny. When I'm working on clients, I'm going to use the shiny one first. You know, when working on clients, I usually have them tip their head back. Most times, if they can do that, that's a treat. If not, then they're looking at their notes and their eyes are down. That's fine too. I can do that. When working on clients, other than working on myself, I usually, it's weird, and I still don't understand why I do this. I work from, oh, there goes the tired boots. Let me just take it off, just to, must be moving my head around too much. I I take the eyeliner and I start on the outer corner and then bring it in when working on clients. But for myself, when doing my own eyeliner, I start in the inside, on the inner. I feel that I have more control when working on myself that way versus the opposite way. I don't know why. I can't explain that. It's just what it is. So today I'd like to demonstrate, and this is going to be tricky because I really chose the easier side to do on myself. I'm left-handed. So I'm going to work with my left hand on the right side in front of you because I'm your sacrificial lamb, and it's all good because we're family, right? So I'm taking the liquid and I'm cleaning off the head just a little bit because I don't want all the color to pull out. And put that right there. And I'm going to look in my mirror and I'm going to start on the inner corner. I have to lean back, get your stance, and I hold my breath. I need a breath. That's just me. I go, hold it, then breathe out. So I'm starting my line right by the corner of my eye for demonstration purposes. I just want you to see the difference in the line. Now, as I start to come in where my lashes begin, I want to get as close to my lashes as possible. Actually, I wanted to go right into my lash because when you are using liquid liner, especially, it doesn't look good if you have jags, like jagged breaks, like spaces in between. It just needs to flow. That's the beauty of liquid liner, is the flow of it. I'm then going to go to the fuller, which is more like a pen, which is awesome, right? And I'm just going to create that center and try to match it as best as I can to this eye. So I'm going to use the tip first, just to get my hand warmed up to using it. So I'm leaning back. I hope you can see this. Okay, let me turn toward you. All right, so I'm just connecting what I just did. Just to get us started, I'm gonna go into the lash line, right? But now I'm gonna go fuller. So now I have to twist in a way so that you can see it. I'm going to go on the angle just to get that fatness so I'm not wasting time just drabbing. I'm just gonna pull it now. I need to go from the outer corner. That's because I'm left-handed, so I just need to go from the outside corner in. Okay, let me switch. Okay. Hard in the sense of, it's easier doing it on clients, but this, it just takes practice. It just takes, okay, yeah, here we go. Right? The fill in. Because you can't spend all day doing this, but I'll tell you right now, the key, I'm going on the outer corner now, just filling in. The key to liquid liner is practice and breathing. I hold my breath when I'm doing it because I don't want, I'm going on the tip. The tip is just filling in by my lash line. So again, it doesn't look like there's spaces. And now I'm going on the outer corner. So this is another trick. Let me take this mirror and move it over so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Okay. So now I'm still on the fat end, right? Here we go. I'm creating the outer corner. That's my area of boundary right there. And then I'm taking it, I'm angling it again. My head is back. And then I'm just connecting. Okay. I'm connecting again on the top part. I'm connecting again on the bottom. Let me check to see what I'm doing on both sides. Okay, so now I'm going to connect one more time, and then I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to take just a little bit from here, and I'm going to pull. So I can create a cleaner, finer finish. And it was my best attempt to match the two together. I can do better than this. Hold on. I can do better than this. Let me, can you see this? Okay, good. Lean back, right in here. Yeah, right on. Okay. And then take the rest of the tip. Nastiness, right? And then just wing it. And then you keep checking the other side just to make sure that it's even. I think I could do a little better, like right in here. I could take whatever is left over on the brush and just gently, yep, brought it together. So I want you to see what it is with liquid liner. It's tricky. It can be tricky, but it's doable. That's the beauty of it. It's tricky, it's doable, but I know you can handle it. Because as long as you have the proper tools and you have the vision in your head of what it is that you want, and you follow the face charts so that you can understand depth, length, dimensions, then you can do it. You can do it. Now, the other thing with liquid liner is, to me, unless we were doing like some kind of, like, let's say bare skin photo shoot where the model is just like showing off skin and barely bare lips, and we did like a liquid line and like no mascara, I could understand it then. But most times, liquid liner, like I said, unless it's for a specific look, you have to balance it with something. So you have to balance it. This depth is fine with mascara. So let's do that. Let's use the Fairweather Faces curling mascara. And I can be ambidextrous at times. So for this, for mascara, I can use my right hand. Weird, right? Again, my head is being tipped back, but I'm going to talk to you in between. So liquid liner has to have something so that it doesn't outweigh the rest of the look, because it wouldn't, to me, it just wouldn't look right if you're wearing a liquid liner and then there's like no mascara just to complement it and balance it. What also comes with that is the decision of what kind of lash will you wear. So for this eye, yes, I wore a lash, and I will tell you the cut of the lash, because with your eyes, of course, and to me, with liquid liner, the eyelash choice or the eyelash product choice is key to finishing and pulling the look off. All right, so I just did this mascara. And if I wanted to intensify, what I love about this mascara, again, is it's got a cut of the brush that takes all the little baby hairs and makes it look like something. So as I've gotten older, my eyelash hairs, they used to be like baboom, but they've gotten so sparse as I've gotten older. But that's okay, because I have this mascara, the Intense Curling Mascara, that makes my sparse eyelashes look like something, even with liquid liner. And that's a big deal. It really is, because it brings a nice, fresh, finished balance to the eye. So let's talk about that. Who wears what? Okay, well, of course, I don't want to get too theoretical on you. But I will say this, just to simplify it. That's cute, right? So if I was like, you know, going out to lunch or, have a little, something. Either one. Totally depends on what you want. So let's say if you are a person that has very flat eyes, there's no contour in the eyes, which usually are like Asian eyes. Most times when I am working on that type of eye, I will use either perch as my base, or I may even use like peach out. Those are the two liners that are a little bit stronger, and that I can take it with a lash of, my first go-to is the Demi Wispy. Demi Wispy for that. Today, I actually am wearing the Wispy, the straight Wispy, which is just a slightly bit denser, right, in depth, and a little bit longer, but it's not so winged out where the balance isn't there. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. So for perched and peach out, even if you have like that flat Asian eye, I would use either. It totally depends on you, because some people don't mind like a little length with the eyelash. Some people don't want that. They're like, no, I want it to be softer. So then I say, okay, well then we'll go with just the Demi Wispy on that. If you're a person that had, like me, that has more of a natural contour in the eye, the first thing that I will go to is like the classic, which is this one right here that I'm wearing. And then the softer look is Cottons, which is this one, slightly softer. Either one, of course, my first choice, of course, I told you, is the Demi Wispy. This Demi Wispy. But then I did the Wispy on here just so that you can see it, that it has a little more kick, a little more depth, but it's not too much. And then if you're a person that has, let me touch up my person that's up to you. And then if you're a person, I'm wearing the play, I'll explain the deets in a second, what I'm wearing. If you're a person that, ooh, pretty, right? Pretty peach color. Just gonna take my ring finger and dab it down. If you're a person that has more of a hooded lid, a hooded eyelid, then I would say go with classic as your starter, classic. And then I would say, now this is totally up to you. This is your deal. I would say one or the other, either the peach out or the perch. Perch is like the humdinger. That's like all the way live, as you saw with the photos before. And the reason being is that when you're dealing with that hooded lid, that extra fullness in the eyelid can be a distraction. Yeah. So it's an illusion. It's a trick of the eye. When you apply a bit of a heavier Picasso looking liquid liner, and you get the right balanced lash. So you're either dealing with the Demi or the Demi Wispy. It will then bring more balance. And instead of someone looking up to the hood of the eyelid, in this case, it'll bring it down. So they're looking more at your lashes and the dimensions of your liquid liner and how the two marry together. So that's why the balance of the liquid liner and the lash is very important, because you want the two, you don't want them to outweigh each other, and you also don't want it to be too much. So when is it too much? Okay, there are a number of factors where it can be too much. And of course, everyone, please don't try to read me and go, Andrea said, let me explain. And I've had this conversations numerous times with colleagues, and we pretty much all agree on this. I'm just putting away my tools. We pretty much agree on this, is something always looks like it's too much if it looks out of place. That's just the simplest way to say it. For example, if someone is going to a job interview, I would think it would be a bit too much to do this eye. I think the lash will be too long. I think the liquid liner cat eye is a bit too much of a statement for that particular situation. I think this side will be fine. A little more of a classic look, a little more subdued in that way. It shows you have style, but it's not overt. And it's just not overpowering to your face. Another way that it can always look a bit too much, like with the cat eye, like if it's really ring back, and I'm talking about streetwear, like if we're out in the street, like for lifestyle, we're not talking like fashion photo shoots, because that we can go all the way live with it, and almost the whole entire lid could be boxed out with a liquid liner, and it's dope, it's super fly. But I'm just speaking of like every day, just to guide you so you understand when it's appropriate and when to hold back from it. I also think besides job interviews, just on the job, let's say you get the job, and then you feel more comfortable and you want to experiment with liquid liner. I always think that it's safer when you go this route, the hotness route, and classic is the top. Classic is definitely this right here, but again, not with this lash. I would always go like demi, either mascara on your natural lash or demi the most. Depending on what your structure is at work, if it's corporate or not, they will still take you seriously as long as it is a clean look. Like I said, there are no jagged edges. Everything is filled in with the liner. There are no spaces in it, and it looks balanced. Where the lash chosen balances out with the liquid liner. So different situations where you can wear liquid liner for anything, but situations where you can wear with the wispies, the stronger wispy is going to a party, like going to a club, going to some cocktail party or brunch, a date, even first date, wedding, red carpet events, of course, because you're being photographed on camera, so you want the eyes to open up a bit more. That's when I would, then pop something like that on and then show out, right? So those are just my opinions. I'm not trying to come down on anyone at all. I'm always here to just lift you up. But I am here to just give you my honest opinion on it and my experience from all these years of seeing various things and just sharing it with you and sharing a bit of like insider conversation that I have with my colleagues about what to do when, that sort of thing. So hopefully all of that helped you out. And so now let me give you an idea of the deets of what I wore today. And I thank you for bearing with me that I just did one eye stronger and the other eye softer, but it just gives you an idea of the versatility of what you can wear. So now for this week, of course, my brows are taupe because my hair color. I did the skinny brow on the inner corners and the original taupe. No, actually, I did brunette on the outer corners because I just wanted it to be a little softer with the original brow pencil in brunette. Completely different finishes. You'll see when you get it on the website. And then, of course, the brow fix, which just gently lifts up the brow but keeps it in place, yeah? So it gives it more of an open finish. I did Hollywood just to open my eyes a little bit because I was tired, right in the corners here and right down here, just to open it a little bit. I did blush layering 2 blushes. First, I did Orchidy as my base. And on top, I did the Big O, which has some shimmer. So this is first Orchidy, Big O second. Both applied with, I used my Pro Set. So I applied them both with the powder brush, blush brush, contour brush, everything brush from the Pro Set. Did my mascara, you saw me demo that. Used 2 liquid liners, thinner, shiny, fuller, matte. You can wear either or mix. Let's see a mix. I would love to see photos from you guys with a mix. And then this, of course, is Souffle. It's a vinyl lip gloss. I just fold it up, always want to clean it off. And vinyl meaning it lasts a bit longer and it drops more color down. So look, right in here, I'm just gonna go all the way up there just so you can see. If I want to tap my edges, I use my ring finger. Cute, right? It feels really comfy. And I have a friend, I call her Valencia. Her name is Val Johnson. She's a makeup artist at Good Morning America. And whenever we do like bi-monthly orders at the show, she puts in her order for Souffle because she uses it a lot on Amy Roebuck and her various clients there at the show. And of course, you would do 2 spritzes of our setting spray just to set it, and you would rock out in your Fairweather Faces t-shirt. Everyone, I hope you had a good time with me today at Sip and Shop. I love teaching, and I love teaching you, and I love to let you into my world and just feel what it is to feel like a professional makeup artist, because you can do it for yourself whenever you get the kit, the Fairweather Faces kit, right, just to guide you. Let's take a sip as the phone rings. Who cares? Let it ring. Let's take a sip for you all being here today, for you hanging with us at Sip and Shop. Make sure you watch Memphis Magic. Let's talk about that too. Ooh, Memphis Magic is deep. It is, and it's something we all need to see. But let's take a toast for us making it through this week. We made it through another episode of Sip and Shop. Get it right. Sip and Shop, episode 13. Sip and Shop. Let's take, ooh, Sip and Shop. Ooh, there may be a theme song. Sip and Shop. Sip and Shop. Ow! Sip and Shop. We out.